Hello everyone, this is Lama Fede, and today I want to bring you something that you have asked me a lot, which is my philosophy on time management. So I want just to give you a very brief example, and if you like this, and if you want to do the exercises I will propose, we can of course keep this going, basically, and we can delve into more detail. But I just wanted to give you like a 10-minute overview, 5-minute overview. It should be very simple and it should be something you could right now apply, and don't worry too much about different systems and details. So I'm going to just give you a brief overview of time management. And what is time management? Time management essentially it's the art of setting up your time in order to basically do what you want in a sustainable way, because it's not helping you if you basically overload yourself with things. So you need to be able to sustain it, and for that you need this basic thing in Buddhism, which is awareness, sati in Sanskrit, which is both the awareness of what you are doing and also the awareness of how are you feeling. Is it too much? Are you overloading yourself? What you can comfortably and healthily sustain. That is going to be a major component. So for this, any kind of mindfulness practice or vipassana practice, the practices of awareness that are in Dzogchen or Mahamudra, but any kind of awareness-based practice, it's a plus. So, before we start, let me share with you my two guiding principles for time management. So, what are my two principles of time management? One, it's very simple. Constancy reduces complexity. So when I'm scheduling things, when I'm thinking of doing things, I'm going to take every single thing that is repetitive, like eating or sleeping or meditating, any activity which essentially I have to do daily or on a regular basis, and I'm going to try to schedule it on a particular day, on a particular time. And I'm going to try to be as constant as possible. Now, why would I do this? Because by doing this, you overcome several obstacles. First obstacle is the obstacle of habit. Habits are essentially what your body and your mind expect you to do at a particular time. If you go to sleep every day at 8 p.m. and one day you want to stay late, at around 8 p.m. you're going to feel sluggish. This is your body getting ready to sleep. If you're going to meditate on different times, your body is going to be ready for the meditation, the activity that goes at that time, and it's going to fight the meditation. But here's the good thing, you can also use it to help you. If your body and your mind expect you to meditate from 5 to 6 every single day, you're going to feel the itch after a time to sit down at 5. And that is why most places, in monasteries and so on, schedule meditation at a regular time. This kind of constancy of every single day, late life, moving in the same rhythm, creates a rhythm that essentially propels you forward and makes you easy to basically do the thing. You're going to still not want to meditate sometimes because you rather do something else, but all the complexity of, oh, I should meditate but I don't feel like it, goes out the window once you establish your habit. And the second problem is actually a scheduling problem. If you are thinking, where should I put my meditation, even if you want it, you're going to probably overschedule at the beginning things. You're going to put more hours in this, or sometimes a call or something unexpected is going to pop up, and then you don't know where to put meditation, and then you start rushing things, and the feeling is not great. So by scheduling things in a constant manner, you basically take off the meditation hours out of your schedule. If you wake up and do meditation, perfect. Then that's what you do. You wake up and do meditation. That's the main thing to do. And you don't start working on having hours until you finish. So constancy reduces complexity. This is the first one of the principles. And the second is freedom from forms. This it's a twofold thing. In one way, we want to attain freedom, and freedom means exception from set forms and from techniques. But what I actually mean at this moment is that freedom, which transcends forms and techniques, comes from the forms. What do I mean by this? If you do things, if you expect everything to be new and fresh and every single thing be on form, you're just deluding yourself. Your constant practice or lack of constant practice is going to interdependently generate an experience for you. No, you might like this experience, you might not like it, but essentially it's going to generate, and you're going to have an expectation that meditation is something that should come by itself, and that freedom and the free mind should come by itself. And sadly, that's not how the world works. The world works interdependently. So this expectation actually is setting up you to fail, because your mind is formed not through random chance, but through repetition. You learn language by someone speaking in your presence a lot. You learn how to walk by trying and failing a lot. You learn how to do anything by trying and failure, and by basically trying to imitate people. So once you have learned language, once you have learned how to walk and how to be a human, you can then use it to express yourself, and you can find a freedom through language. But you have to go first through the form. So when you schedule things, you should try to both schedule the general schedule and the meditation schedule in a very clear and detailed manner. And why is that? So you might see the structure of your day, and then once you have know it enough, like a scale or like a language, you can transcend it and you can use it to express yourself and express your situation. But at the beginning, you have to have a good enough structure. Structure is not bad. The structure is good as long as it helps you stand and grow. Once it is done, it is time to discard it or to transcend it. But to be honest, for most of us, this is going to be a long way coming. So let's focus on creating a useful structure which supports our growth. So these are my two principles: constancy reduces complexity, and freedom from forms. Freedom comes, we could say, from forms. So let's move on, for example, how I would put this into a single day. So this is what a general day for me looks like. Now, let's first see the kind of activities I do every single day. This, of course, does not mean like a holiday or somewhere where there's another activity which I can schedule also, right? But I'm not sure. This is like a general day. So I have my maintenance. Essentially, maintenance is both sleep, gym, and eating, but you can call it whatever you want. Meditation, work, study, and recreation. Now, yes, I tried to set up my blocks, and I had to schedule my recreation, because recreation and recovery, it is important. It is very important to be able to relax and rest, and you should also think of it as necessary for your body. So how do I schedule my day? First of all, I take blocks of half an hour, because to be honest, there's not that many things that I can do in less than half an hour. Like, yes, I can send some WhatsApp or can talk to someone very briefly, but most of my day-to-day things are things that cannot fit within less than half an hour. You cannot have a good meditation session in less than half an hour. You cannot have a bath, at least in my case, unless it's half an hour between bathing and dressing and so on, so on, so on. So essentially what I do is I put here. So let's start my day with my sleep cycle. I usually sleep between 4 and 7:30, and right now I can hear you like, he sleeps very little. Well, this is kind of a thing within certain practitioners. One of my teachers, Kempo Pema, used to sleep even less day by day. Famously, I think Garchin just said, if you sleep more than 4 hours a day, you're basically wasting your life. But you don't have to copy this. This is for me. There are also students that say that sleeping as I sleep will take years of my life. So that's a personal decision. Don't worry about it. But from 4 to 8, I usually sleep. So this is my sleep cycle. Then I have a time where I set up the day, and this is a most important moment, because essentially what I do is I look to the day that I basically want, and Then I set up my schedule and I set up the main actions that I have to do. And I do some quick prayers and some quick mantras, about 15 minutes worth. My main practice comes at the end, in my case, but again, that's personal preference. So then I have what is called dailies, which are daily meetings, which I already scheduled. There are 15 minutes meetings. So usually what I have is I have 8 of them, and these essentially are scheduled in a very quick fire fashion. But essentially these are work meetings, right? Then after that I have the core team of a project I'm working, and we meet and we essentially set up the day for the rest of the day and tomorrow, and we deal with main issues. So here basically what I have is after this I usually go and meet in a banking project where I'm working, and I meet with experiences. Experiences in this case refers to client experiences, and there are different parts of bank. So essentially these are work meetings, but these are different work meetings than the others. So why do I basically put them here? Because I have to know that these meetings that I go from here and these meetings that I work from here essentially are different meetings with different results. And so are the ones that come after this. I usually eat at work while working, right? Then I have an internal call from my company, and then I finish the engagements for the day and send all the mails in the last hour. So basically this is my general work day, which is not that bad. It's about 11 hours per day, right? This is my day to day. After this, the first thing I do, I left everything and I just go to the gym. Again, recovery and rest, it's very important. And then what we need to do is start keeping a constant gym cell. So this is my day today. From weekend, from Monday to Friday. Usually on Saturdays I go in another time, but I keep it. And the only day I don't go, my rest day is Sunday. So I go to the gym, then I have a meal with my family, and usually I'll just have a quick shower at the gym, and then usually from 9 till the end of the day I have a meeting with students, day in day out. If I don't have a meeting with students, I will use the time to studio work for the Kula, and then I usually answer questions, all the questions that you are in your mail. You might see that I usually answer questions late in the night. I write mails for students, usually with longer questions from the mails. If not, I'll always replace. If I, by perchance, I have some space, I'll just schedule study sessions for myself. And then comes my practice, which I start by doing true course, then I'll do a little suction practice, and then I have 2 hours of my practice day. And with that, once I finish that, I just go to sleep. And then I do it all over the same day. The same structure in the other day. So, what's my proposal for you guys? So, take this Excel that I created, I will link it below this. I will link the Excel, I will link the PPT. But the PPT is more for the 2 processes. And first of all, build your daily calendar. And remember, we have to obey the 2 principles. Complexity is reduced by consistency, and freedom comes through forums. So try to schedule, don't worry how would you like to be your day, but try to schedule your day-to-day in whichever cycle is more prevalent. Monday to Friday, perhaps don't worry about weekends, don't worry about vacation, don't worry about holiday. Just schedule your normal routine day-to-day, and don't worry about how it should be or who you want it to be. Just schedule it as it is now and post it here, and we'll see how we can help you improve it. Does that sound alright? If it sounds alright, and if you're interested in a little bit work on this, please link it below or send it to me via mail, and I'll be happy to workshop it with you, and perhaps we can use it as an example to workshop a little bit for the next video. Thank you so much, and I hope this is helpful. Sarva Mangalam.